Hey guys, welcome to Hey Alexa. I'm Ryan, this is Michelle, and we are a millennial couple trying to get out of debt by living on one salary while paying off debt with the other, because we believe that the first step to living your dream life is financial literacy.
You guys, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a mess in the kitchen, and that's because we've gone a little grocery heavy, and that's fitting because we're talking all about May's budget.
Hi, I'm Ryan.
And I'm Michelle.
This is Thor.
And we're a millennial couple trying to live on one salary
And get out of debt
while still living a content lifestyle.
Join us in our journey as we live lux on less.
Welcome to Beers with Bucks.
Or in this case, wine with bucks, or wine and wagers.
No.
Or not. I'm gonna drink some more wine.
This $5 wine is actually pretty good. It is a little bit more carbonated than I anticipated.
And it's pretty dry.
I like it though.
But you do like dry.
I like dry.
There's also fur in my glass.
Dry wine, dry gin.
Dry sense of humor. So the tithe, charity, emergency fund, all that jazz is staying the same.
Wait. Have we addressed that you got a little bit of a raise?
No.
So we should address that.
That's a good point.
Super proud of Ryan. He got that raise, and we have, this will be the first month that we can actually allot that, actually schedule that into our budget, because last month we didn't know about it. So we didn't budget for it, so now we can. So, congratulations, babe.
Thanks, babe. I appreciate it. So, things didn't change all too much. We did up by another $50. I think that's a good guesstimation for right now. So technically our tithe would go up, like $5? Yeah, that'd be right. Our rent stays the same.
Yep.
LG&E, I think we're gonna keep the same number because the weather's been really nice, so if anything it's probably going to be under that, but I think we're pretty safe there.
We did get, so the internet bill is $45.
Oh, okay. Consistently?
Yep. So I got the bill and the email in the mail today. It was in my email. So we got the bill in the mail, $45.
Perfect. Saving $5. That's a cup of coffee. Don't get too excited.
Oliver coffee.
Then auto gas and oil. Gas is back up to $1.50, right?
Yes.
All right. So then maintenance is staying at $200.
Correct.
And so
that's a sinking fund.
Right, so we continue to add that actually to a savings account that we have, and so that is building, and actually we've been able to continue to build it, because when we first started this whole process,
it was annoying.
We it took forever to actually build money up, but we're actually getting there, so that's exciting.
And if you saw our last look back, you saw us actually having to use that, so we'll link that above here so you guys can stay on track with us. But Bruce, my car, had a lot of issues, so it's a really important thing that we just recommend. If you have older cars or cars in general, all cars need maintenance. It's better just to save the money in advance so that you don't have to scramble for it later.
It's been really helpful. So then that brings us to groceries.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think we decided we're going to up our grocery budget.
Last night I went to the grocery, bought way too many groceries, and I was like, you know what? It is time to get this kitchen the rest of the way organized. So the biggest thing is we are really trying to make sure to eat a wholesome, balanced diet. And yeah, with that said, we want to essentially have more money for more food and food that we want to eat more consistently, so that we're not eating out as much. We find that if we have things that we actually want in the house, we're not going out to eat as much.
Yeah.
So
it brings us to our eating out budget, which normally has been $80 to $100
roughly, and we still go over.
Do you want to shoot for 80 since we're on this new plan, or do you want to keep it at 100 to be safe?
What do you think?
I'm kind of thinking maybe we keep it at 100 for this month and try to go down
because
next
we're
month.
traveling this month, right? Like coming in May, we're traveling to
Yeah.
Chicago. We're gonna need some money for just like little things. We could take snacks, but we will need some money in between
It's
there. So I
safer,
think
yeah.
it's safe.
And then our next item then is pet care, which is always $100 for Thor to get him his food as well as other items that he
Treats, toys, anything like that.
But this is one we actually have to reallocate from last month because last month he was supposed to go to school and we had some scheduling and other issues, and so he's going to be going this month. But we have it on the calendar now, so this little guy is getting ready to go.
I get my second shot. Thor gets evaluated. It'll be great.
Life is changing. So we don't know exactly what that's going to end up costing yet because we've got to decide.
We want to
which
evaluate
program.
him first.
Yeah.
We want him to be evaluated once we know it's either going to be the 150-ish, around 150, 200, or 500. We haven't decided. We're hoping 150 will do, but if we want to give him the best opportunity.
So how much money should we put in that area?
Well, so I would just put school and I make a different budget.
Like a separate one?
Like a line item, and I would put school, SKOOL. Wish you could do a backwards L and a backwards K, that'd be cool. Maybe let's budget for 2.
Budget for 200?
Oh, this is a transaction. You're adding a transaction.
That's how you do that. At the bottom. The bottom of the list, guys. Well, that's the first of the day.
Bam.
Perfect. Thanks, babe.
It's an every dollar budget.
And so if it ends up being more money than that, then we'll have to reconsider or figure out how to make it happen, and we'll do that at that time. Okay, so pet care then stays the same. Our miscellaneous for the time being is $175. Gym, Hey Alexa budget, Audible, Covenant Eyes, Spotify, and then my phone bill.
Mine came out last month.
Woo!
Woo, I don't have to pay another phone bill for a year.
An entire year. And then my phone bill comes out this month also for a year, which means for the next 11 months we won't pay a phone bill. But it is $240 that we have to allot for that.
Correct. And we did a whole video on what we think of Mint Mobile, which is what we use. We'll also link our referral codes, if I can talk, in the description box below, but we'll link both the video and the referral code so that you guys can take a peek, see what you think, see what we thought, and clearly, you guessed it, we like them. So
I think this actually doesn't account for the $15, the credit that we got. If I can check real quick at mobile what the bill's gonna be. That's pretty fun.
riveting.
The anticipation is literally killing me. My plan? $225 because of the $15 credit.
Did mine come out as $225, I wonder?
It should have.
I don't know that I can see it anymore. I don't really feel like checking. Here we are.
So that's gonna be $225. Just save $15, which is 3 lattes. We think in lattes in this house.
It's like Rob Built. What up, Rob Built? And he thinks in Chipotle burritos. He prices everything out in Chipotle burritos. We price everything out in either beer or coffee.
And then that brings us to our pocket money, which is $50 a piece. Which also is kind of like that other category.
So our pocket money, of course, if you've been here, you know it's basically our allowance we give ourselves so that we don't have to ask each other for certain things. So I tend to spend mine on coffee, Ryan spends his on wine or beer, and some other different odds and ends. So
Meeting
it's
up
just
with friends,
things,
that sort of thing.
yeah, it's just something that we can do. That way we know, and we have actually cards and accounts for that money.
Yep. And then we have gift budgets for each other because it turned out that it was best to separate that from the pocket money. And then that brings us to counseling for Michelle.
Yeah.
Which right now we have $129, which is what we typically budget. It is actually a sinking fund, and so there really is more money because it's been a little bit since you've been to counseling.
Yeah, I think it's been, I didn't go in March, I don't believe. No, that's not true.
You didn't go in April at least.
I didn't go in
You go
April.
once a month.
I definitely went a couple of times in March. So what I do is I have a great counselor. It's something that we absolutely believe in, and we believe in it enough to put it in our budget as a sinking fund because quite frankly, mental health is something that is really important to take care of, and sometimes everything goes well, I can handle myself, and sometimes I get triggered or life is just too chaotic and I just need a third party to listen to me and help me think through maybe what I'm missing. So yeah, it's just one more way, like, we're gonna continue to speak up in advocacy for mental health and why it's important.
So then that brings us to hair, which is going to stay the same. Also sinking fund. We've got the storage unit, laundry, which actually I think is normally $100. So we'll bring that back up to $100.
Sometimes we use this app if we're like trying to figure out like random things. So that's sometimes why this is like all messed up.
Yeah, it doesn't actually just like scramble all of your fields.
We do that to ourselves sometimes.
And we're over budget for a second, but hold that thought.
Talk about Thor School.
No, I think we said we were gonna do $200 or $300 for Thor School.
We said yes, 2 or 3.
Oh, okay.
I put
So we'll
3 because
3.
I just didn't know. I'd rather be safe than sorry.
And then auto insurance is pretty consistent. Debt is actually gonna be $300.
Yes.
Towards student loans, because that is all the debt we have left right now.
Which is super exciting. We're out of consumer debt, you guys. And I want to cry.
Yeah, let's do student loans.
Which I guess I have to teach you how to pay off.
Yes. We need to actually physically do that. And then that leaves us one more line item on here. You'll notice with the little piggy bank next to it.
So it's a sinking fund, and I'm super excited about it because we can't really talk about it, not yet.
But it's a super secret project, and we are saving money for this event. So the rest of the money goes there.
Possibly life-changing occurrence. Who's to say? But
we are over budget a little bit for this month. Some of that's actually because of like the sinking funds and that sort of thing, but for now, just to be planning safely, what do you want to take our $335 away from the $8, $11, $12?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that will make us an every dollar budget. Woo!
Ryan, everyone.
So, yeah, I think that gives us a pretty good plan overall. Anything else to add? You feeling good about this month?
I'm feeling good about this month. Yeah, so we've mentioned before in previous videos, if you watched our minimalist challenge, we talked about Lee McMillan, a fellow YouTuber who committed suicide, and we don't know her. We have never met her. We actually only know her through YouTube, how a lot of you guys know us. And I just want to say that one of the reasons that we have continued to put money towards towards my mental health is because it's that important. If you know anything about mental health, sometimes it sneaks up on you, and it also is something that it knows it chooses anyone at all costs sometimes, and it's a scary thing. And so for us, it makes the absolute most sense to always have money set aside for that. And if you are someone that deals with that, or a loved one deals with that, I would encourage you to also set that aside, or just hear them out if they want to set money aside for mental health purposes.
Whatever that means.
Whatever that means, exactly. All of that to say, like, talk to your people, love on your people, call your people, and leave space to let people feel things, and even if it's uncomfortable. Hey, you guys, one more budget tip before you leave. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. It helps us out, it's free for you, and it's actually the kindest thing that you can do for us. And, you know, we may be trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. To everyone that helped us get to 100, thank you. And for everyone that's here, we appreciate you.
And you can always follow us at HeyOlexa with an O. And until next time, budget wisely
And compromise kindly.
See you.
Bye, you guys.